Welcome everyone, my name is Rigel and today we are doing a top 19 video of Junior Eurovision 2021. Now this is going to be a pretty different top 19 video in that I'm not actually going to play any clips because copyright and I don't want my comment section to be blocked. Plus you can just look up the clips yourself. And instead I'm actually going to do a full review of each song, or at least as much as I can care to talk about. So it's gonna be a pretty long video, so if you just want to see the top 19 list itself, then skip near the end, where I'll put up a table where I show my top 19 and the top 19 I think will actually happen. And yeah, it's gonna be a pretty long video, so I was gonna split this up, but as I record this in pretty much exactly a week, the contest itself will be broadcasted, so what's the point? So there's gonna be one very long video, might be an hour or so, no idea. Anyway, I also want to say that this is gonna be the only Junior Eurovision 2021 video before the show itself. I'd love to do a new top 19 video for like after seeing all the rehearsals and stuff, but I have an exam literally the day before the contest, so I don't think I can do that. I need to study and stuff. And also during the contest, I'm not actually gonna stream it because, well, my reaction is not that interesting, at least not for Junior Eurovision. I will live tweet it though, so if you haven't followed it yet, go do that. My tag is Blue Rigel Free. But while I might not stream the contest, I might do like an afterthoughts video, so stay tuned for that, I guess. And as usual, as you may already be able to tell, this is unscripted, so get ready for a lot of stuttering like I've already done so much. So yeah, with that said, hope you enjoy, and let's start with our number 19. And our number 19 is Bulgaria. Now, when the news first came out that Vasil from North Macedonia 2021 was going to be part of the songwriting team for this song, I immediately thought, okay, Disney ballad, here we go. And I was not disappointed at all. I mean, come on, 2 key changes. How generic can you get? Don't get me wrong, the 2 kids have great voices, but this song is just such a waste. It's generic, it's safe, which means it's not gonna absolutely go anywhere. So, it just sounds like background music, to be honest, and it does not excite anyone. And, all this happened after the change of the Bulgarian delegation, where they changed to someone who couldn't even speak English and decided to rage quit Twitter after getting bullied on Twitter by Eurofans. I mean, come on, for God's sake, they couldn't even afford to get footage anywhere outside of the recording studio. Really? Like, even some other countries with not so good songs could at least get some cool footages for their music videos. But they couldn't even do that. They couldn't even bother to do that for Bulgaria. Like, come on, put some effort, for God's sake, if you're gonna return to Junior Eurovision. I don't know what to say about this. It's just flat, it's uninteresting, and I don't think it's gonna go anywhere, hence why I would be very surprised if it landed anywhere outside of the bottom 5, to be honest. And with that, we move on to number 18, which is Kazakhstan. Now, if you followed me through the summer, you know that I was this huge, like, Kazakhstan stan. One might even call me a Kazakh stan, you know what I mean. And this was actually the first national final that I had ever watched in full. I had even gone like a Kazakhstan VPN and all that just to watch the national final live. And my favorites were Amantai and Amina. if you remember who either of those are. But I think one of them ended up like 4th place and the other 6th place, which is absolutely ridiculous. And my 2 least favorites, literally 2 least favorites, Becknor and Eleanor won. Oh, by the way, Becknor is the one in the wheelchair, and Eleanor is the one with the glasses. So just so you know. And I don't really even know what to say about this. I feel like the Kazakh delegation are gonna try and use the wheelchair for sympathy points, let's be honest. And when this result occurred, I was praying that one way or another they just kind of dispose of Becknor, for lack of a better word. And I suppose they did just that. They gave him a pretty insignificant French rap that I couldn't even catch most of. And most of the big vocals in the song are just done by Eleanor, which is great. A lot of people actually surprisingly kind of like the song. Well, not surprisingly, I guess the studio cut is alright. But if you watched the live performance at the national final, you'll know that it was absolutely horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Now, I do understand that, for the most part, I think my extreme opinion of it is in the minority, because, my favorites didn't win and my least favorites won. And I know that the Kazakh delegation know how to do staging, so I think the juries will like that, and the public might like it a little as well. But in general, just this flavor of song is not for me at all. So yeah, that's Kazakhstan, once one of my favorite junior Eurovision countries, now in ashes. Next, we have Serbia at number 17. Now, I don't think this surprises a lot of people either. I mean, I've seen maybe about only 5 or 6 top 19s that have put them anywhere above, let's say, the bottom 5. And I can see why. It's not a particularly interesting song. Like Bulgaria is relatively safe, and this one, it only really gets a pass or a slight pass because it's cheesy. It's really, really, really cheesy. I mean, everything from the guitar to the fact that the girls sing the name of the song Ochideteta, and then it goes into this really cheesy instrumental. That's the only thing that makes it interesting for me. Otherwise, this is really boring. Yeah, I don't really have much else to say about it. It's really boring to me. And it just doesn't make sense. They're singing a kind of ballad that was pioneered way before they were born and peaked way before they were born. So what you get is something that just doesn't make sense at all, to be honest. I don't have much else to say about it. Next, at number 16, we have put Portugal. Now, this is a very interesting one for many reasons, because pretty much from the first moment you hear it, it sounds like Portugal. They're doing this very traditional fado style of music, which just screams Portugal, and I appreciate them for that. However, I love the instrumentals and all of this. That is absolutely awesome. But my problem with it with the song is his voice. His voice just does not fit at all. I get that he's trying to imitate a more mature style. However, his voice is just not developed enough for that. Yeah, it just does not fit the rest of the instrumentals and such. And the way he pronounces words is also really weird, at least I think. Yeah, that's my main peeve about it, I suppose. But I suppose there are also people who will enjoy this kind of music, so I can't really rule it out of maybe getting somewhere between 11th and 15th, though it could also flop enormously. Um, so I really have no idea. Um, but I don't think it's gonna be in the top 10. I'm just saying. Next up at 15th place we have Malta. Um, I don't really know what to say about this. Again, it's trying to fuse two genres, obviously ballads and rap, and both of them are great at doing their own thing, but putting it together just does not work. Like, the revamp gave the boy, I think his name is Ike, the revamp gave the boy a little bit more rap, a little bit more fast rap, but it's not like long enough to keep your attention and being like, whoa, something's happening on stage. So I'm not really sure what they're doing with this. The quality of the music video is great, but the song itself just feels, I don't know, lackluster. It just doesn't feel right. Um, and I think the Junior Eurovision audience will also be like, what is this? So I can't see this doing very well either, but in any case, good luck. And at 14th place, I have put the Netherlands. Now, this is also very interesting in the sense that this was the first song to be revealed, actually, and indeed, the Netherlands actually was the first country to confirm that they will be participating in Junior Eurovision 2022. So that's huge. But at the same time, this song just doesn't work for me, at least. Her voice is great, but seeing a title like Mata Sugu Ao Ne, you'd think there'd be more Japanese in it, but no, there's like what, two lines that are repeated continuously throughout maybe the chorus, I think. And in fact, I think for her age, Ayana seems to be a little childish. Like, I'm sorry to say that, but it's true. Like, the lyrics of the song are literally, you can condense it down to hope to see you soon. In fact, Matasugo Aone in Japanese literally means hope to see you soon, and even in English she sings hope to see you soon. And even just looking at some of Ayana's other like social media, she does not act like the second oldest participant in this edition of Junior Eurovision. So I don't know, it just feels a little childish to me. And another thing is, I also watched the national final performance of this song, and it was very Japanese. There were like two dancers with like Japanese fans waving around, and like one of those screens. I'm not sure what they're called in Japanese. And they're all dressed in like Japanese style outfits, let's say. But the song itself, like if you listen to it in isolation, it does not sound anything like Japanese. If you go to listen to the song itself, not look at the national final performance, it doesn't sound Japanese to me. I don't know. Like, I've been exposed to a lot of Japanese media, and this does not sound like it. Good effort trying to mesh the languages together, but for me, it just doesn't really work. However, I think people might appreciate, the sentiment. It's highly relatable to a lot of people who haven't been able to see their family due to the pandemic. So this might get raised a little more. However, I can't see it making into the top 10 at all. Sorry, but still good luck anyway. And in 13th place, I have put Ireland. Now, I really enjoy this song. It has a great vibe to it. It has this kind of pop rock vibe, which I really enjoy. Another thing I enjoy is that they always try to send songs in the Irish language, and This time there was like one English line, you can't make us disappear. Um, and the message of the song is also very relatable because it's about COVID, basically like stopping time for people. However, it does not prevent children from being free. That's what Seer means, the title of the song. It means free. However, it just feels like it's missing something. I like the energy. I like his tone of the voice. However, it just feels like it's missing something, and also the little French bits feel really cliche. Um, I mean, come on, really, comme si, comme ça, ooh la la, come on. You could think of better French phrases than that. Come on. Um, but still, it's a really enjoyable song, and I like listening to it. However, I don't think it's gonna do that well because I don't know. It's just missing something. I have no idea what it is. Um, and frankly, it's just not strong enough to get into the top 10 this year. I don't think, but I do think it will be pretty good result for Ireland. Historically, unfortunately, they've not done that well. So let's hope this could become their best result in Junior Eurovision ever. Now at 12th place, I put Azerbaijan. Now I've seen a lot of people say that this is the best ballad of this competition, but I really disagree because it just sounds generic. Um, well, first off, just looking at the music video, it feels so cheap. Like literally, it's just her singing in front of a green screen, and then they put some like gray wavy effect at the back. And that's it. The production value equals 0. So I can't even begin to imagine like what they would do for the staging over in Paris. And even beyond that, the structure of the song just feels very generic. Like, I mean, come on, a key change, really? Like I know some people enjoy key changes, but if you look at a lot of the more iconic songs in Eurovision in the past decade, none of them have used key changes. Like the only real exception, I guess, is Hatrufman Sigra. However, that song itself is an exception to Eurovision. This is not the kind of stuff that you'd expect on the Eurovision stage. But beyond that, a lot of the really iconic Eurovision songs just don't use key changes at all. It's out of date. It's a more 2000s thing rather than 2010s or 2020s. However, I do think that people will respond positively to this kind of ballad. Not myself, obviously. Before the song was released, I looked at Azerbaijan's past record in Junior Eurovision, and I was like, oh, they're doing so much worse. This must be because they can't buy songs from Swedish producers anymore. And lo and behold, I was wrong. They just bought a Swedish ballad this time and then tacked on some Azerbaijani lyrics and call it a day. Don't get me wrong, the kid has a really, really good voice, and however, she said before the song was released that she'd like to sing either rock or something with traditional instruments, and they gave her possibly the most mediocre and boring option. So yeah, however, again, like I said before, the Junior Eurovision audience may respond quite positively to this kind of ballad, but I can't see it breaking in the top 5 in any way. In any case, I highly doubt it's going to be as low as I put it. However, I don't see it getting into the top 5, as I said. Now, at 11th place, I've put another fan favorite, which is Albania. Now, this is an interesting one, again, because it has a very positive message, anti-bullying and all that. And the hook is really catchy. However, I find the harmonies a little weird. And furthermore, I think that for some weird reason, the Albanian language just does not mesh very well with English. And whenever she switches from one language to another in the middle of a verse, it just sounds very out of place to me. I'm sure the performance will be nice because there's gonna be choreo and all that. However, it just doesn't seem very special to me. And again, the harmonies and the chorus just feel weird to me, even though it's like very catchy. Um, you know, I kind of like it. However, I think there's also room to improve. And I think it will do all right. However, maybe some of it might get lost in the live performance. So, I'm predicting 8 to 13th, but anything could happen. Now at 10th place, another fan favorite, Russia. Now a lot of people are touting that this could win, and personally, no, not really. I think it will do all right. However, a lot of people have pointed out its similarities with Colors of Your Dream, which I believe was Armenia's Junior Eurovision entry in 2019 or something like that, which people touted as a winner as well, but then flopped and got like 7th place or something. I'm probably wrong, but in any case, it flopped, and I was alright with the song, before the music video, and some people were like, "Oh, this could win." Like after watching the music video, it changed their opinion for the better, and now they think that it could win. And for me, it's the exact opposite because, like, yes, you can see that there's a really high production value in the Mon Ami music video. Um, but I think that's exactly its downfall because there's so much stuff going on that you can't really keep track of anything going on because there's all sorts of rando people dancing, and then there's even like this anime part which zero continuity whatsoever. So the music video actually made me like the song even less. It's got quite a mature beat to it. However, I think that a lot of especially the bridge, I think, is a little lacking. The bit right before the last chorus. Um, Again, there are places to improve, but it's not horrible. And people who like quote unquote traditional Junior Eurovision songs might be into this kind of stuff. So, no, this is definitely like 100% top 10 stuff. However, whether it gets into the top 5, not so sure. At 9th place, we have Spain. Now, a while ago, I actually, if you saw my tweets, I actually did like this top, I think it was 52 of adult Eurovision. And spoiler alert, number 1 is Serbia and Montenegro, one country, and last place is Morocco, but that's a whole other thing. And I also did a top list for Junior Eurovision, but it's much less conclusive because a lot of the countries simply haven't participated that much, and Spain is actually one of them. They've only participated like 4 or 5 times. However, in those few times, they've been really successful, and they've never actually been out of the top 4, which is incredible. However, a lot of Spaniards are thinking now that this could genuinely be their worst result yet, though they might be slightly self-deprecating, but whatever. I find the song to be quite interesting. It's very catchy, it's very upbeat, it has a good message, telling kids to smile and dance, I think. Vamos a reír y bailar. I don't remember. Reír means smile, though, for sure. Again, a just positive message. And then I think I saw someone say that the revamp of the song made the chorus sound like a Motorola ringtone, which is hilarious. But overall, it's catchy, it's fun. I think this can't really do that bad, to be honest. Though I do think Spaniards are underrating it a little bit. I just personally don't really like it too much. However, I predict that it might still be like easily within the top 10, I think. But there are some people who have put it below that, you know. But I do think they'll do all right in the televote because Spaniards love their JESC. So yeah, it's not terrible. It's kind of fun, and you know, best of luck. Next up, we have Germany. Now, I gotta say, this is a real grower. You know, I think a lot of the fandom agrees with this. Um, you know, it started off being pretty mediocre. I mean, if we saw the national final performance, you can tell that we were all just kind of disappointed, to be honest. Um, but the revamp was really good, actually, I think. You know, the chorus is still very memorable. And one thing that no other country in the contest has done as of yet is capitalize on the theme of Christmas. You know, Christmas is literally like what 6 days after the contest, and in your music video you can see a lot of the quote unquote staging look like Christmas decorations. You know, this image I have on the bottom right is a screen cap from the music video, and you can just tell it looks very Christmassy. And if they can capitalize on that in Paris, then I think they can really stand out. However, Pauline's live vocals are, I'm sorry, kind of mediocre. And you know, great energy, but I don't know if it's gonna shine too much. So I think it's gonna be somewhere between 11th to 15th. Because you know, good staging, but I don't think the performance is gonna be that great. But I would be really happy if this broke into the top 10, to be honest. But in any case, this is probably going to be Germany's best result, which I'm very glad about. You know, so good luck to them. Now, in 7th place, I have Poland. This is clearly another fan favorite. In fact, combining all the videos together, this is actually the most viewed song of Junior Eurovision 2021. However, the most viewed music video is another one, which we'll get to later. Wink, wink. But yeah, it's actually a pretty solid song. Sarah James has a really good voice. However, her stage presence is a little awkward. She's a little static. However, the song is totally solid. However, I've said however 3 million times now, but the chorus is just a little repetitive. Like, I'm pretty sure like every line has the word waiting in it. And you know, sure, it's quite memorable. However, it's boring and doesn't really bring anything new. And another thing I don't understand is why does TVP bring all of their talent into Junior Eurovision but never do that for Adult Eurovision? Like, the ride really, honestly, was kind of mediocre to say the least. And I also listened to the alleged leaked song for, well, not leaked, but the alleged song for representing Poland in Turin, which is Paranoia by Daria. And I can reliably say it is worse than The Ride. So I have no idea what TVP are doing, you know, putting all their talent into Junior Eurovision. You know, same can be said for Belarus, but obviously Belarus isn't in the contest this year. So in any case, I think it'll do pretty well. It's radio friendly. She has a good voice. She probably needs to work on her stage presence a little, but still a very solid package. And I can't see this being anywhere out of the top 5, to be honest. In 6th place, I have France, yet another fan favorite. And you might see immediately that I put the predictive placement as 1 to 13. Yes, that is a huge range. But here's the thing: I've genuinely seen like a a decent amount of people actually put this outside of their top 10, which I find to be kind of weird. This is like the classic junior Eurovision song. You think junior Eurovision, you think songs like these that are catchy, that have relatively simple lyrics, and very childish. I don't know if that's the right word, but very simple, very child-friendly melodies. And I've seen a lot of people say that this could be a dark horse to win the competition, but it's not a dark horse at all. This has like every single element for junior Eurovision success. It's got a really catchy hook. It sounds like a junior Eurovision song. And from what I've seen, Enzo can sing and has, stage charisma. So I would not be surprised if this had a really good placement, or, even just outright won. So yeah, and also you might notice I'm actually using the French flag with the darker shade, as per Macron's orders. So I just wanted to point that out. But yeah, I can't see France doing that bad this year. However, judging by some people's placements, this could flop. And the reason I put it at number 6 is because it just feels like it's missing something compared to J'imagine. However, it's still a very solid junior Eurovision song, if you will. That said, I will say the intended message, which by the way is for people to slow down and enjoy their lives, not only may not be too applicable to children, like children like to want to grow up, and then they grow up and realize life is miserable, but whatever. Children want to grow up. They want childhood, if you will, to pass by quicker, so they can grow up and, I don't know, do things. So that message may not be appropriate for children, and furthermore, you can't really tell that that's the message, because the song is so upbeat, so fast. So yeah, that's really my issue with it. However, even though I put like 1 to 13 here, I can't really see this doing that bad. So yeah, that's about it about France. So at number 5, I have another shocker. I have Georgia. What can I say? It's just so cute. Every time I watch the video, I smile genuinely. It's just such good vibes. Now I understand that this style of music may not be for everyone. This kind of vintage, some might describe as disco. It's not for everyone, and certainly not children who have barely been exposed to any kind of music, to be honest. But I really enjoy the genre, and a lot of people mistakenly thought that this song was all in French, but obviously there's Georgian because that's required. However, it's mostly in like the verses and stuff, and the main chorus is majorly in French. So, and I also think that this song is probably the best song with French in it. It's giving an actual like profound message with the French. I guess you could argue Kazakhstan does that as well. However, I just couldn't even catch most of what Beknur was rapping about, even though I know a little bit of French. But this is like really straightforward. This is really obvious, really in your face. And again, he's just so cute. Nico, he dances like a 70-year-old man trying to dance with his nephews or grandchildren even. It's just got so much charisma behind it, and I think the live performance will be great, honestly. It's not gonna win, let's be honest. I would be really happy if this got into the top 10. Some have said that it might be a jury favorite, but I'm really not sure about that. So I think at the end it might be like 9th to 13th or something like that, because that's where I've seen a lot of top 19 lists put it. So I think, yeah, that just about makes sense. But I like this song a lot. Now, in 4th place, I have North Macedonia. Yet another fan favorite. and one of my favorites as well. One of the only Junior Eurovision songs have made it onto my random Spotify playlist with a lot of other rando songs. Um, Now, a lot of people love it because, it's a Balkan bop, if you will, and it also talks about an important message, saving the planet, blah, blah, blah. Um, However, I have a few issues with this. First off, the lyrics are very repetitive. I just have to say that. And most of it is in Macedonian, or some would argue a dialect of Bulgarian, but whatever. Most of it is in Macedonian, and again, it's just very repetitive and doesn't talk about any concrete action in terms of combating climate change. So yeah, that's my first issue with it. The second one is that not just the lyrics, but even the song itself is quite repetitive. It's got a good melody, but the instrumentals are weird, and most of the song is just them repeating the two English and Macedonian verses over and over, and that kind of makes it a little boring. And the third thing is that, a lot of people are like, this music video is awesome, but it makes me really worried because there's like zero choreography in the music video. A lot of it is just them dancing like randomly in front of a white background, and then they just apply a ton of chroma key on it to add these like natural backgrounds and stuff. Nice effects, nice video editing. However, this means we don't really know what the staging is gonna be like, and I'm really worried that it's actually gonna disappoint us a little. So, and again, there's no choreo, so we don't know what they're gonna do in terms of the staging. And with a country like Macedonia that, let's be honest, isn't that rich, I don't know how they're gonna do the staging for this. So, the song is still gonna resonate with a lot of people, so I can't see this being out of the top 10. However, with some lackluster staging, I highly doubt this will make it in the top 5, but we'll see. The contest is literally next week as we speak. And in third place, I have put Italy. Now, Italy saw that Måneskin won Eurovision 2021 and decided, hey, let's send rock to Junior Eurovision 2021 as well and see if we can win. And for lots of people, they have won. Like, again, this is one of the fan favorites to win the contest this year. And I'd honestly say it's possible, but there are a few things to talk about it. First off, fun fact, Elisabetta is only 12. So I feel like the lyrics of the song might be a little too mature. I mean, the lyrics literally talk about like going through a breakup of some sort, and I'm pretty sure most 12-year-olds don't go through breakups all that often. But other than that, it's a really solid song. However, I think what she's missing a little bit is the attitude. She's got some attitude in the music video. However, it feels a little mellow. It feels a little tame, if you will. And I think if she wants to do well in Paris, she needs to ramp that up a little. Show a little more badassery, if you will. However, it's really solid. I genuinely enjoy listening to this a lot. And I think that if staged well, this could do really, really well in Paris. I actually saw a little clip of a live performance of the song on Rai 1. It was pretty much similar to the music video, to be honest. There were like 4 dancers, but they weren't holding those like hand mirror thingies. I wonder whether they'll do that for the live performance in Paris, but I guess we'll find out in a couple of days. But yeah, other than that, absolutely solid song. I really enjoy this one, and I hope it will do well. Now in second place we have Ukraine. Now I made this list like a good while ago, and it hasn't really changed much. And I was thinking that I was maybe like one of 3 people who put Ukraine in their top 3. But since then, I've seen a lot more people really start to appreciate the song, and makes me really happy. But still, I doubt this is gonna be appreciated by too much of the Eurovision watching audience. But this kind of song is exactly, jury bait, if you will. I think that this song might even have a good chance of winning the jury vote, because juries love this kind of powerful ballad, and for the most part, the televote doesn't as much. So I feel like this might flop in the televote, but do very well in the jury vote, and overall balance out to get into the top 10, but not the top 5. I really love the song. It's very powerful. Her voice is very powerful. Some people have even compared it to Christina Aguilera. And fun fact, she's actually done covers of a few other Junior Eurovision 2021 songs. And you can check them out. They're on her channel. She's also done an acoustic version of her own song. And one thing I think is that the music video actually kind of hinders the song in a way. It's not very reflective of how she's gonna perform it live in Paris. And if you want to see her perform it live, you need to check out her national final performance. There she does sing it live, and you can just tell that she has that stage presence, and it's frankly incredible. So, but yeah, I think overall this is gonna give her and Ukraine a top 10 result, maybe just barely sneaking into the top 10. But I don't think they're strong enough to get in. Well, I do think it's strong enough to get into the top 5 actually, but the public might not. But I will be very happy if it does. And my first place, this should surprise absolutely no one. It is Armenia. If you follow me for pretty much any capacity over the last, I don't know, 2 weeks, you'll know that I've been absolutely obsessed with this song. It's probably my most streamed song on Spotify. And it's a huge fan favorite as well, and I really think it's well deserved. I mean, what can I even say? Like, her voice is amazing. The music video production is incredible. And I've seen clips, and she can sing live. She can sing live very well, and she has that great stage presence. The song is really catchy. Like, yes, some might say it's a little monotonous. However, it's really catchy. I don't even know Armenian, but I pretty much learned the whole song. It's very memorable. It's very easy to bop to. Some might say it's too mature, but like, Milena is literally the oldest participant in the entire contest. If anyone was gonna send a song that sounds mature, it was gonna be her anyway. And in fact, times have changed. People, like older kids, like the age of 12 or 13 or 14, don't really listen to nursery rhymes anymore. They don't sing songs about rainbows for friendship or unicorns anymore. That's for a more younger audience, and songs like Kami Kami clearly cater to an older teen audience rather than the younger teens. Like, for example, Tic Tac is one of those songs that cater to younger audiences, let's say. It's just a good song. I know I'm biased. I'm 100% biased. But it's a bop. It's danceable. I've actually seen Instagram stories of it being played in actual nightclubs in Yerevan. And her song has been #1 on Apple Music in Armenia for a long time now, only to be overtaken by her other song that she released recently called Cem Haskanum, with Christina C, I think. Yeah, so literally her two songs are at the top of the Apple Music charts in Armenia, which is incredible, to be honest. And as I record this, they have already arrived in Paris, and I'm assuming they're getting settled and then heading straight to rehearsals. But yeah, this is one of my favorite songs of all time, pretty much. It's really danceable, really just a great bop, to be honest. And like, while other songs winning wouldn't necessarily anger me, if this doesn't win, I'll be a little sad, you know. It's just a great song, great vibe, really. It's like, by itself, it's the most viewed music video. I think it last checked, it was like 2.6 million views or something, compared to just 2 million for Poland's music video, which was released like almost 2 months ago now. But yeah, this is a really good bop, and it's gotten support from all over the world, but especially in like ex-Soviet countries, because you know the song is kind of hard bassy, even if you want to call it that, which really appeals to ex-Soviet audiences and Slavic audiences more generally. But it's also gotten support from huge Eurofan groups in Spain, for example. You know, a lot of people just enjoy this. Like, some other people have said, you know, this just has that like universality. You know, adults enjoy it, kids enjoy it. This is radio friendly. So yeah, I can't really say too much that's like inherently bad about the song. You know, there was that debate a while ago about the song being quote unquote hypersexualized, which is frankly ridiculous. I mean, come on, the lyrics are literally about wind. How sexualized can that get? But yeah, it's just a great song. I can't stop saying good things about it. The camera angles are great. The choreo is great. I've heard that the same person doing the staging for the music video is doing the staging for the live performance as well, and I have confirmed that it is the same choreographer doing the live performance choreo. So you know, good luck to her, and I think she really deserves this victory, to be honest. Like, after last year, you know, she was forced to withdraw, or at least Armenia was forced to withdraw from Junior Eurovision 2020. You know, I think this is a really strong comeback, and again, if she doesn't win, I will be very sad, but this is pretty much like a safe top 3 if this staged correctly. So I really do think it will do well and has a very high chance of winning. Another Polish YouTuber has said that this has given him vibes of Superhero, which won, I think, in 2019 for Poland. You know, it was another like kind of adult sounding song, but it was also very strong and pretty much won the Junior Eurovision Song Contest with a record amount of points. And I think if we're seeing the support that we're getting online, like legit, I've seen several rando American reaction channels reacting to Kami Kami, and that's insane. Like, considering they've never done videos about Eurovision in the past, this is absolutely crazy. But if we're getting the amount of support that we're getting right now online, then I really do think if we win with Armenia, I genuinely do think 300 points is possible. You know, right now I think the record's like 240 something with Superhero, or no, 270 something, I think. But I think that if we're getting the amount of support that we get now, I think that 300 points might be possible. And juries always appreciate high value production, so I highly doubt this is gonna do poorly with the juries either. So all things looking good. Keep our fingers crossed, and let's see what happens. All right, so that was my top 19. You can see it right here. From top to bottom, it goes Armenia, Ukraine, Italy, North Macedonia, Georgia, France, Poland, Germany, Spain, Russia, Albania, Azerbaijan, Ireland, Netherlands, Malta, Portugal, Serbia, Kazakhstan, and Bulgaria. And with those predicted placements that I talked about earlier on for each country, this is my personal predicted top 19, and I think it will probably change a lot based on the staging of all the performances. But let's see, this is my predicted top 19. It goes Armenia, France, Poland, Italy, Spain, Ukraine, Russia, Azerbaijan, North Macedonia, Kazakhstan, Albania, Germany, Georgia, Portugal, Netherlands, Ireland, Malta, Serbia, and Bulgaria. In both scenarios, I have Armenia at first and Bulgaria in last. Let's see what happens in a week. Another thing to think about Junior Eurovision 2021 is the running order. And as you can see here, I did 2 tweets last month about the historical running orders of Junior Eurovision, and I'm not going to read it all out to you, but basically winners tend to be in the second half, and usually the most common winning position is actually last place in the running order, but in any case, winners are almost always in the second half of the running order. So if you want your country to win, just look out for whether they're in the running order, in the second half, and if they're like second place in the running order, then you basically lost, because the quote-unquote number 2 curse also applies in Junior Eurovision, apparently. So yeah, the running order is actually going to be revealed tomorrow, I think, when the opening ceremony happens. And in fact, as I record this, it's less than 24 hours until the reveal of the opening ceremony, and a few hours after that, I think they're gonna do the full running order, which I'm not gonna add into this video. I'm probably just gonna tweet about it. So yeah, let's see what happens, and let's hope that Armenia gets something advantageous. Final side note, Iceland. Iceland has never participated in the contest, nor has Finland, but Norway has, Sweden has, Denmark has, but Iceland has not, and they're actually showing some interest in the contest this year, as they're actually going to broadcast the contest itself, although on, I think, a 45-minute delay or something like that. But they're going to broadcast it for the first time since 2003, and they're going to send a 2-member delegation from RUV to Paris to check out the behind the scenes of how everything works. And many have commented that this actually really parallels Germany's process. Before formally competing in the contest, they actually also broadcasted it and sent a delegation to check out how everything went on. And then I think a year later they debuted. So I think Iceland could be a very interesting Junior Eurovision country as well. They're always known for sending quirky stuff to adult Eurovision, and maybe they'll send quirky stuff to Junior Eurovision as well. Alright, after going through all of that, almost an hour of recording now, that's my top 19, and that's also my predicted top 19. if you stuck through the whole thing, shout out to you, because my voice is really boring. But yeah, that's just about all I have to say about the music videos and about the little snippets of live performances that I've seen of Junior Eurovision 2021. It's gonna be a great show. It's a really strong year this year. I can't really predict the winner right now. I would love to, but I can't. So yeah, really strong year. I think we're in for a very nice show next week. So yeah, this is gonna be my only video before the show, because I don't have time, and I also need to study for my exam, because the exam is literally on Saturday. Like, what the hell, Saturday exams, really? Anyway, yeah, I have an exam on Saturday and I need to study for that, so no more Junior Eurovision videos until after the show. And again, I'm not gonna stream it because one, it's not that interesting, my reaction, but also the show starts at like 11 p.m. But again, you can follow me on Twitter at BlueRigel3. I'll be live tweeting the whole thing. So yeah, that's gonna be how I'm gonna watch Junior Eurovision 2021. I'm really excited for this. And I'll probably, again, once I see the rehearsal footage, I'll probably give some feedback on how my opinion changes. So yeah, I also wanted to do like a video about ESCZ and FIK. Am I the only person who calls it FIK? Because I've heard everyone else say FIK. Anyway, I wanted to do videos about these national selections, but again, I have an exam next Saturday, so unfortunately I can't do that. Maybe I will after the that was show, by the way, not a swear word. Maybe I will after my exams and after Junior Eurovision. But we'll see. Maybe I'll find time, maybe I won't. But in any case, hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.